we'll just do it for another one of our little walks today again. And
Clockburn Lonnon.
we're gone up to Clockburn Lonnon.
Well, this
Right
takes you all the way up to Sunnyside.
Aye, I've
Well,
never.
I reckon it was one of the main routes from our Newburn way all the way, used to go all the way through to Durham now.
Right, aye.
Hundreds of years ago.
Aye, because you've got a shallow crossing in the river there, haven't you? And
Was it Cromwell's army?
aye, Oliver Cromwell
Aye,
in the
used this
1600s or something, wasn't it, on that board?
Aye,
Aye.
like all the way up there. Durham.
Aye, it's because there's a board thing there, like an information board saying that, you know, and there was this was like the main route.
It kind of probably like what's classed as the main road.
Aye.
From this route through.
Must have been the only decent place for them to cross the water on the horses at the time, in the carts. Because you can't feel that doing.
Red Hawk just crossed the water, the Butterfly Bridge.
Aye.
Which has been, I think, built a few times and destroyed a few times.
By floods.
Well, it was even destroyed, was it, about 6-7 years ago? Got washed down.
I think it was 2008. Aye. Aye, 2008, and they've replaced it with a good metal one there. And they've heightened it up a bit this time.
But we're just heading up here now just to see what wildlife we can see today.
Aye.
Or what we can see. It's getting a bit quiet this time of year compared to like earlier on in the year.
Early on in the spring, all the birds were singing and everything, weren't they? And now they're just.
So having like,
Aye, there's a few. But we're out on one of them days where it looks like rain and everything's quiet anyways in this type of weather.
I mean, you'd probably see a lot of the young birds now out the nest, wouldn't you?
Aye. We've come up the hill about 100 yards and it's some hill. You can see.
Didn't realise it was as steep, did you?
Nah, I hate walking up hills, I'm knackered already.
Aye, but the good thing when we come back, at least it's all due.
Aye, downhill under that tunnel there. That side path takes you onto the Derwent walk. You can see the tunnel, the old railway line went across this Dean thing. There's a bit of a Dean here, like a, I don't know, like a valley. Well, it's a canny drop down there and all, and it's just a small stream leading down, but it's washed it all out over the years, probably thousands of years. But it's a canny old.
And yeah, we'll just head up until we get. Wait, we get head up.
Aye, one Leighton, coast to coast, Derwent Hot Park, Swarwell, Derwent Walk. Cycle routes. Now we've just come up a bit further round the corner, and that's the way up there. And just here you can see the old cobble works off a.
It's been a really old cobble.
Like a cobbled path.
Cobble road.
Aye, or a road, aye. Because it's probably like grown in a bit. You can see the cobble gangs right into there on both sides. So it has been about the size of a road.
We'll have a look up just to see.
Aye, we'll see where it leads to.
Probably anywhere.
Aye. It's like an ancient path. You can see it gangs around the trees have grew like all through it. You can still see the cobble on this side as well.
Wait,
There's bits of stone there.
I reckon this path up water could actually been a path since like the Romans.
The Roman times, aye.
But
That's a good couple of thousand years ago, isn't it?
I think it's just taken one to the field, I think.
I'll have a quick look because it must have been.
Well, it isn't.
Aye.
To a field. Just the field.
Yeah, I know that way. See a bit of cobble works in the field there.
Yeah. Like you say, there's probably been some old building there.
Aye. This is just somewhere where the farmer's been piling the stones, like. But you think you'd pile them in the side of the way.
Yeah, if you head back to.
We're going back down and come back up. Oh, there's one of these milestone things, yeah?
What?
No, one of them milestone things. Or whatever they are.
Alright, well, it's just. Usual.
Because it's probably been there like a long time, you know, before. Because you can see the old original border fence.
Well, it's been a proper road all the way up.
Aye, the road would have went up there somewhere.
Yeah, the walk back doing it.
Aye. We've just come right back onto the path here, and
We've just noticed a bit stone building in this bit of wood.
just doing through there, through the trees.
Since being a kid, I've walked up here dozens of times. Now we've been out on where,
Little walks and that, and just.
but I've never ever seen it. We'll have a look through just to see what it is.
It's half the time when we did come up, we come up through the summer and all the leaves are on the trees and that. You didn't see much there.
Is this new classed as part of Gitside, now this part of the woods?
I didn't even know, to be honest. I'm not even sure. This looks like a path.
Dozen times and I've never.
I can see the brickwork doing there.
I don't know what it is, like just a little square bit of
Aye.
building in it.
Stone building, but it's... looks like people have been coming and doing here, I think. Didn't know how we're going to get across that. Like.
I didn't think we were.
I don't know, it's looking a bit bad.
It doesn't look like it's much anyway.
Yeah, nah. Looks like we're just filming it from this side. Not really worth the effort of going over there, like, is it?
To be honest though, bang in the middle of the wood.
I'm just trying to get around.
Well, we'll not be to get across where we could, but
Yeah, we've got other places to go though, haven't we? And I think it's pointless going over there just to see that.
I just didn't even know what it could be.
It's wide open on the top.
Just stuck in the middle of the woods, like. God knows. Not exciting.
Yeah, I know. But for that to have been there should have been a road leading down to it.
I bet that's what I'm saying, it's
Aye.
just stuck in the middle of the...
Stuck in the middle of the wood. There's a bit of a path going through the trees over there, leading up the hill. You'd think there would have been there's a bit of a path down the bank side across there. But you just didn't know what that's been for, because it's not great old, is it? I mean, it could be 100-year-old. Aye, true. We have been using bricks for a few. Maybe you got branches, not looking where I'm going.
100 years is not like that.
Aye, 100 years isn't that old in this country. Aye, I'm halfway there, nearly. I'm just looking up these trees because there's a ton of fellas on the ground in places now when you're walking down. I've seen a few. Aye, we'll get back on the path and can hear a jay down there in the wood. You can probably see them there as a
young
great tits, aye.
That's what you'll mostly see this time of year, won't you, though?
Aye, loads of young birds.
The young. Once the first are in the nest, does the parent bird still feed them, like, for a bit?
Aye, for a couple of weeks or something.
Oh, is it that long?
Aye. You've got all them 10 young ones, you look if one survives.
What?
Aye. Can you few? Yeah, I would. You sit up here, just up around the top of the path. Not sure how far up this goes, like.
Well, this path takes you all the way to Sunnyside. It's like from the middle.
Right. Aye.
Sunnyside.
I think we're.
It might even go further than that. That's just as far as I've went on it.
Aye.
The Sunnyside, but
I think we're at least halfway up. Like, you know, maybe it's more. We've come up some distance.
Okay.
Aye. You can see just in there, it's the old foundations of a house. And it's, you know, someone's actually built stables on it there now, but it was.
It was where you look long jack.
Aye.
It was a local stonemason.
Aye.
That was his cottage. The last time I was up here, it was like all the foundations were there all the way around, but somebody's actually used it for to keep horses and that, you know, so.
Aye, they built a few bits of stables on it and that. It's.
But where that lang jack, he was part of the reckon he done the stonework on the Scotland Bridge.
Aye, worked on there.
And the little butterfly bridge at the bottom of the crossing the down, they reckon he's done
the foundation stones
well,
on
it
that
wouldn't
one.
have been the first bridge because it's been built a few times.
Aye.
But they reckon he's a bit of a character.
Aye.
It's a Carlton Lang Jack, but his proper name was John English.
Right, aye.
And he used to live there. I reckon he was a bit of a character, a bit of an alcoholic, I reckon. When you read the local history, wouldn't he?
Aye.
I reckon he wouldn't be a bloke like you didn't take back to your house for a drink.
Oh, yeah, he was a big bloke, wasn't he?
I reckon he was
6'4", something like that, massive.
Well, at the time, I think the average bloke end's probably 5'8", so he would have been
Like a giant. He was nicknamed Samson, wasn't he?
but anyhow, we lived in that cottage there. Didn't used to look a very big cottage, because I reckon he had 13 kids.
14 kids, aye. Christ.
6 lasses and 7 lads or something like that.
Aye.
Right, when he used to get drunk in bars, and that he used to have a stupid thing he used to do. He used to start jumping up and doing on the spot. Did he see it off the ceiling?
His party trick.
Right. Doesn't seem much of a party trick.
I don't know.
Like, he must have been seemed a bit of a cracker.
He done it in someone's house, man, didn't he? And he ended up like
he fell through the floor.
Aye, because it was that big of a bloke. He went they had wooden floorboards and he like smashed the floor and ended up in the cellar, didn't he?
But,
aye. Didn't know if it was like a bar house or a... Because the little cottage inns were like that at the time, weren't they? Now like small little pub inn things.
But it's like, say the cottage here, the last time out was probably 10 years ago. You could see it pretty good. All the foundations were still there, but there's no of it left now.
Aye,
I reckon it stood there until 1907 and it got burned down.
Aye.
And I think he died sometime in the 1800s.
Aye.
Like 1860 or something like that.
Right.
And somebody else,
Moved in.
Morris family or something, moved in, took it over, then it got burned down.
Aye.
At the beginning of it.
They had a statue up there, didn't they?
But did I?
After he died,
But when all that stopped getting used, I think they moved it and put it up Wickham High Street.
Right.
There's a pub up there called after him, Old Lang Jack.
Aye.
But anyway, we're going to look at the cottage here, but there's just no.
There was no worth looking at, aye. They'd covered it in horse crap and whatever.
Just a little tiny bit of wire of it. Never mind.